सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धे भवतु मे सदा वसुदेवं सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् हरि ओम् नमस्कार. Can someone recollect what is it that we saw last? Yes, please. Anybody? If we can form the link and then we move ahead. Yes, please.
Goddess Saraswati, Ma Saraswati is the executive force, and
Yeah.
her grace is uh, in the calmness, patience, wisdom, knowledge, and also administrative skills, technical skills. So when like her grace is there, a person will feel so much ready to execute things with
Yes.
ease. Yeah.
So the executive power is the
Mm.
Mahasaraswati's role is that in execution. One of the important aspects for executing is one important quality is necessary, isn't it? That is
Patience.
anybody? Patience.
Patience.
Yeah,
Patience. And
patience.
also, she
And
gives clarity.
yeah,
She gives
yes,
clarity, intuition. Uh,
yes.
okay.
Yes, clarity and intuition, a kind of a clairvoyance also, a foresight of
Clarity.
things that are to happen. And this is actually quite simple. You don't need to get the full idea of things, but when you are understanding a root fundamental principle of something, you can clear if you that wisdom comes to you, know that. Just like sometimes elders see children doing some work in a rush and they say, "इसका ये तो कोई आगे जाने वाला नहीं है."
Mm.
That dialogue is not like a curse. That dialogue is just an observation because the methodology is not right. There is an imperfection in the base only. So then, or if the foundation is having an imperfection, it will not, nothing strong will come out of it. And that comes from a clarity, which what we can call Viveka Buddhi. But it is again a asat viveka buddhi, ability to discriminate what is right and what is wrong. But for that we need clarity of mind, and that clarity is that which is given by the Mother Mahasaraswati. And why is she this goddess? Because she is the one who is most closest to our human dream, working continuously to manifest, working on the imperfections of mankind. She is understanding of these imperfections. She is even accepting them to a particular extent. Accepting because she wants to work on it. She is not just accepting it and it's all right. To err is human. That is not the attitude at all. This aspect of Mahasaraswati is to continuously work and move on again and again. So that is this. And we also saw something about the punishment of Mahasaraswati. Can someone recollect what is this punishment that this mother meets?
She doesn't give up on you, and she keeps on nudging, and you have to keep bettering yourself towards perfection. Yeah.
She doesn't give up on us. So that is her punishment. Is it Shweta ji? How is that the punishment if we look at it little
क्योंकि
deeper?
हम being human हम वही ना कि अब नहीं हो रहा, but वो
So
फिर
our
भी like
restless patience is there. Our restless patience makes it appear that what is this? This manifestation
yeah.
is no again because moments keep coming. Moments she keeps bringing us moments to raise our consciousness,
Mm.
and she gives us chances. She's like, it's all right. It's all right. It's
We see
okay.
that, no? Like actually
Yeah.
in our lives we see that, right? Like
Yes.
matlab you give up, then again something in you says no, no, no. You have
Yes.
to do better. So that goes on
Yes.
and on,
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely. And for instance, in my life, there is one particular researcher I will not name because the sessions are getting recorded, but a very senior researcher for that matter. And I have really got a very bad experience, not once, twice. I remember every time I will not work with this person again. Declaration I give it. And somehow some extraordinary circumstance comes and where he also wants to connect, I have to also connect. It is something which I don't like. no matter what. It has been happening for 8 to 9 years. Every time same, but still this situation comes, and I still do not know what, because nothing is
The
concrete
reason.
has come out. Normally, even just a simple researcher who is not having much accolades or anything also gets some research output. But with this individual, nothing has come out. But every time I decide I'm not going to work, I have even taken it up with the highest authority, telling ki bas ho gaya, not this person. But suddenly a situation comes and the individual comes in. This is probably the play of the forces. Maybe Ma Saraswati wants something. This aspect of imperfection is not accepted. So she works with everything and she tries to transform everything. Every single thing is part of her mold. She is taking that as the base and then she tries to create something beautiful. So that is Mahasaraswati. But again, where there is restlessness, there we cannot accept it at all, isn't it? We cannot accept Mahasaraswati's grace. Though she is kind, though she is benevolent, everything, she does not like it because along with restlessness, what comes along with it? Dishonesty also comes in. A person who is restless is
Insincerity, yeah.
not someone who can persevere.
Yeah.
Restlessness is associated with this. This is though directly not a causation or something, but you can see a very good correlation with restlessness and dishonesty. If you look at it, same thing with double-mindedness, pretension. Because we are restless and we want something to go ahead, we'll quickly pretend things and we try to, like they say, no, hook or crook. The human nature of hook or crook to push things ahead. We sometimes resort to wrong means, and these are things which Mahasaraswati does not accept at all. So there she does not, that she does not accept. Her grace leaves in those moments. What does she do? Well, it is simple, isn't it? We have to see the love of the mother. If we can see the love of the mother, and even in the worst moment, we can understand. Without, we can learn at least to get a small, maybe a fraction of the patience. And when that enters inside, what is there? Where can there be sorrow? Can there be, we can say, anxiety along with the patience coexisting? Anxiety and patience, they cannot coexist. If there is anxiety, there is impatience. Vice versa. As even Krishna has told, isn't it? Ashantasya kutaha sukham. Where is the bliss? Or where is the peace when there is an absence? And that is what we see. When we understand the love of the mother, then that is where we stopped. I think I'll just start sharing the screen and we continue. If anybody wishes to add something, anything else, you are welcome, or we continue.
Yeah. Mother says, no, if you're
Yes,
unhappy, write it down below that you're not sincere. So,
Exactly.
yes.
Yes.
Write it down.
It's a
below
sure
that,
indication that
yeah,
you're not
you're not
sincere.
sincere. If you're
Yes.
unhappy, you
Okay.
can write it down that you're not sincere.
Oh, okay, okay. If you're
Yes.
unhappy and right, right, right. Because you are not able to see. When you are not sincere, you're not able to see the love of the divine, isn't it? The mother's loving patience and everything. It's not able to. Okay, that is interesting. Let us see. With love, she empowers to cross over sorrow and depression. Again, the mother's love is that it would.
Can
Okay,
you please
sorry.
increase the
Zoom.
font? Yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
please. I'm sorry about
Thank you.
that. Yeah. With love, she empowers to cross over sorrow and depression. Like a friend and counselor, Mahasaraswati's touch yields only elation. She holds our hands in our moments of anxiety, panic, and doom, assuring us she is our sun and dispels every cloud of gloom. In calmness and quietude, she works on our lower nature, nudging and urging our consciousness till it reaches an integral stature. So again, I repeat this and we just look at this. This is a beautiful, it's almost like she's a psychotherapist only for all human beings. The mother is there, guiding, loving us. So let us see. With love, she empowers to cross over sorrows and depression. Like a friend and counselor, Mahasaraswati's touch yields only elation. She holds our hands in our moments of anxiety, panic, and doom, assuring us she is our sun and dispels every cloud of gloom. In calmness and quietude, she works on our lower nature, nudging and urging our consciousness till it reaches an integral stature. She wants that what we can say a sarvabhaum unnati or a integral progress of the individual. So from all directions, she allows us. Because I think all moments of challenges, all moments of difficulties and obstacles on our path are opportunities for growth, isn't it? When are the opportunities? When we understand that we are not alone, when we understand that the mother is there and the mother is enough. That is important knowledge. When we don't realize that only then the entire clouds of worry, clouds of gloom, depression, sorrow, all of that come. A young child in the ashram school had written this beautiful poem. I'm not remembering, this is many years, almost a decade ago, I had read that. But what a beautiful poem. Even now, those are just two lines I remember so well. There is a sweet mother deep in my heart, always together, never shall we part. What a mantra this is. This is a Siddha mantra, if somebody can recognize that, isn't it? Because if I can recognize that the Devi is with me, the mother is protecting me, what great sorrow can come to me? Say I get a fracture in my right hand only. It's all right. My mother will be my right hand. She will take care. She will guide me. This is all required for something I don't understand now, but the mother is taking care of me. That is the Shraddha, isn't it? That is the protection. That is the protection of the love of the mother. And that is the love if we can experience. The problem of love is that it cannot be imposed. You cannot advise someone to love, isn't it? Comes naturally. You cannot say, I am having this feeling, you should also have. That's not going to work at all. It has to develop naturally. And to develop naturally, again, we have to become quiet only, isn't it? Otherwise, if we continue our restless moments again and again, moments will keep coming. And that is what wears down a human being in the absence. This is punishment of Mahasaraswati. There's no other punishment. The punishment is not realizing how sweet and loving she is. And the moment we realize that, we don't have to be afraid. We don't have to fear. You don't have to think that I need such a great intellect like we need to understand Maheshwari's. Again, Maheshwari's powers do not require intellect, but it is a faculty which is beyond the mind. Sometimes it feels too vast and away. Mahalakshmi feels like too dazzling, too scintillating, and sometimes when we are in searching for light, it becomes too blinding also, that brilliance. It's like such beautiful harmony. Look at me. I don't know when I will come to there. Mahakali, the timid heart, is very afraid of. The heart that is afraid of Mahakali cannot reach her at all. But Mahasaraswati, who is already present in our own dream, working on us, working on the people we know, working on every single thing, it's a part of a divine organization that she is handling. And she is the head of the organization. I think if we recognize that also, it's a very easy thing, isn't it? What is the headache of the organization should be on the director or should it be on the one who is doing some role? What we can say, if in a factory, there is a managing director and there is a line manager. Should the line manager worry about what is the entire work of the MD? It's not, isn't it? That's not the portfolio at all. If a sadhak recognizes that my portfolio is to manage my kshetra. My kshetra includes my mind, my body, my field of work, what has been provided to me. Why should I get worried about all the other things that are occurring except surrendering to the divine and having faith that she will give me the direction? And we do not know when Mahasaraswati blesses, she will raise the consciousness of any individual to such an extent that that individual only becomes a special individual by her grace. So our job is to recognize the love because when that love of Mahasaraswati is palpable, all the sorrow, all the depression inside of our heart disappears. Like a friend. Her touch yields, she's a counselor, she's a friend, and her touch only yields elation. This point, I mean, what kind of bliss do we get in the touch of Mahasaraswati? According to the principle of this power, it is the touch of Mahasaraswati grants us bliss, a happiness, a kind of exquisite joy. How can anybody give me some practical example of how we can get this joy? Anyone? Mahasaraswati's touch and how is it leading to joy in our lives also? Can we think of something?
Sometimes when we are wanting some solution for a problem, or when we are just getting some kind of an intuition,
Yeah,
and as soon as
suddenly.
it's like a flash of light, and suddenly we feel that elation, we feel that joy, we feel that ananda, that it's,
Hmm.
I mean, we have got this flash of intuition, so it gives us a lot of joy.
Okay. So even if the ground has not changed, that small flash is sufficient to bring us a joy, isn't it?
Yes.
Or when we learn something new, when we get learn something, the joy of understanding. Maybe you may not understand the entire equation of the universe, but at least the fundamental thermodynamic principles I have understood. The joy of understanding the basic aspect also it comes, no? And these are all joys of learning. It's like a sattvic bliss, a sattvic happiness that comes by the sparsha of Mahasaraswati. When we are learning and when we are growing and when we are enjoying, we can be, that is, these are three, we can, this is like a litmus test ki Ma Saraswati Sparsha is there on this venture. You are enjoying and growing and learning. So this is beautiful. This is the touch. And it is this elation, this is the elation of touch of Ma Saraswati that takes us out of the sorrow. Most of the time, who learns? Somebody who does not know. And somebody who does not know is always in some sort of difficulty only, isn't it? So if we just focus on the learning part and the growing part and the understanding that we are being held by the hand of Mahasaraswati, anxiety, panic, even in the biggest moment of doom, we can understand that she is there, a light like a pole star guiding us even in the darkest night. That is Mahasaraswati, and she is always there to assure us. We have to just lose our restlessness and experience her touch. It is there. What is not possible for us today can become possible tomorrow by her touch. Many try to read, for example, Sri Aurobindo's words also. Many people who have read it for the first time, if you ask them, they'll just say, Upar se gaya. I didn't understand anything.
Yes,
Some
actually,
of
I
the
have a
big,
friend
yes,
who was, I had suggested that try and read Savitri
ah,
poetry. It's a Savitri.
yes,
She said,
yes,
Nandini, I tried to read one page. It went all above my head. I just couldn't make out anything, so I just
yes,
left it.
yes,
So,
yes, yes.
so that is the thing.
Again,
It's
like if she tries, she tries. If she's going to try, it will, it will. I know
yeah.
many. Yes, Shwetaji is saying
Yeah,
something.
that's my case because I think I started reading Savitri almost 8 years ago. कुछ
Okay.
नहीं समझ आता था कुछ भी नहीं और I mean I have heard YouTube sessions and all up but like recently I read somewhere that mother said that read it yourself every day like I think from January I started, and every day I read now one page, and slowly, it's becoming so relevant to my day's emotion, experience, whatever I read,
Yeah.
it just resonates so
Yes.
beautifully somehow. Whatever page I come to, it reveals something that connection. I am so amazed that how it's been so gradual. As my
Ji.
receptivity is increasing, it's coming to me. So
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes, Ji. And that is the joy, and that joy
Mm.
comes in connection with Mahasaraswati. Suddenly, we get indications in the everyday life. All those make a difference, and a person gets a change. What we can say, nudging our consciousness slowly. We don't even realize.
Mm.
I remember my Guruji also saying the same thing about reading. The time will come. You have to be sincere. The sincerity aspect is there. The transformation takes place. Because when I first, for me, Bhagavad Gita was something I was running away from. When my mother was telling me, I would even close my ears and I would go away in the opposite direction. And then after some 8, 9 years, God knows what happened. And after that, wherever Bhagavad Gita cannot be forgotten now. It has entered into the life. It has come, and this is a blessing we can say in our lives. So these little blessings are they become our shields. Shields when we count our blessings, when we are conscious of them. All these factors of sorrow will not come, depression will not come, anxiety, not panic, not all moments we'll recognize with that balance and quietude. That is Mahasaraswati's role.
I
Now
just wanted
that
to
we have,
also share
yes,
one experience.
yes, please, most welcome,
Uh,
Ji.
when I was a student in the school, in
Ja,
in the Aurobindo Ashram school,
Ji.
I was studying the Life Divine with Jugolda, and it
Ji.
was I don't know if you all know Jugal Kishore Mukherjee. He has written books also. And he was the
Okay.
head of the knowledge, like,
Okay.
and he used to teach us the Life Divine, and I used to find it so difficult, even because in the Life Divine, one sentence can almost run into half a page, and to follow that train of thought, it was so difficult. But now, after 30 years, I've got back to the book and I'm able to understand better now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and it's just I think when the mind is ready, uh,
Yes,
all
yes,
these things
yes.
take time. Everything that because the concepts are so new, so
We
everything
have to
doesn't
ask,
come
isn't
easily.
it?
But we have to make the efforts
We
and
have to aspire. We have to
aspire
aspire and
also
the
to
grace.
understand. And
Aspiration is
yes, and the
very
grace
important.
also. Yes.
Yes, yes. That's, once there was this, I think you must be knowing Gyaneshwar, Santa Gyaneshwar.
No, no.
Of he's one of the famous Vibhuti is only considered on par with the divine only when people go, especially in the Varkaris, they call upon his name because at a very young age he wrote this Jnaneshwari, which was the Gita simplified. At 21, he took the Samadhi, or if I'm not mistaken. He completed his life's purpose and he reached the Samadhi, and everybody call him Mother. Mauli, a young boy being called Mauli by people across all ages. How is it
Mm.
possible? Because that was the love, and that was how he received the knowledge, and that knowledge elevated him. And it came in the biggest hardships, in the most difficult material moments only that touch of the divine came. And so much that the place where he has taken his Jiva Samadhi or Sanjeevan Samadhi, that place, there is a when it's in Arandi, and they have this Ajan Vruksha, that Vruksha's leaves. People say anybody just takes a little, gets a taste of that leaf, will get a increase in intelligence. So when I got a chance to go there, I was very interested. And I thought we should get a good fresh greenish leaf or something because हमें तो veterinary dose लगेगा. And I was thinking I have to take 4, 5 leaves. Now, believe it or not, whether it was the Mauli's grace, Guru's blessing, my mother's blessing, but after that I was able to write Gita in rhymes. That was after this is not something which is possible. When we recognize that we are not anything but just small instruments in a bigger plan of the divine, we become connected, and that connection drives away all sorrow. There's nobody greater than the divine, and ultimately, if you look in the vast expanse of time, every life is just going to be such a small thing in a huge movement of evolution. If we just recognize and align with the divine forces, then easily things become much more simpler. And that is what we have to recognize. We have to understand that we depend on the mother. But just as we also depend, the other goddesses also depend on Mother, the other three powers. If we see the last part of this Mahasaraswati's powers, just as we depend on her, so too do the other powers of the Mother. For the material foundation that she lays can be done by none other. The foundation that she creates, that no other, all the other Devis also depend on her. That is why she is closest because she is creating the foundation for the other powers to act. For Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, and Maheshwari's functioning, she creates a ground. To receive the powers on earth, she erects nature's structures, solid and sound. So, this is the role of Mahasaraswati. She is creating a material foundation. On this foundation, Mahalakshmi establishes all her harmonies, all the beauty, and all the abundance of the divine. It is spreading only after the foundation has been created. On that foundation, Mahalakshmi's brilliance is there. Mahakali breaks all that is undivine and ultimately raises the status of everything for Maheshwari to grant her higher wisdom. Yes, anybody wishes to add something? Is it Artiji?
No, nothing.
No, all right, fine. So, with this, our study of the four powers, we can say Mahalakshmi, Mahakali, Maheshwari, Mahasaraswati, we are completing. After we complete this, we just have to understand why is it, what is the reason this study has been done, or why should, what do you think we can get from this, from our short study on the four powers? What is our, what do we take from this? Anybody?
The essence of the power, the qualities. So we have to imbibe whatever, like, uh, from day one, like what we have been listening for Goddess Maheshwari, and it just stays. And then there are few things. For me personally, like Mahakali was, like I thought probably like I'm one of those timid ones who doesn't, relate. But that day, after listening to this poem with you, like I just felt, oh my God, I never realized how Mahakali has also embraced me, like, just because of that understanding of humility and courage, which, like, for me, I did realize that these are the qualities, humility and courage, that, in last 1 year, I have got, like, it is like grace of Mahakali, which I had not connected the dots. So, these are the things, I think, the qualities that we can get, yeah. Understand, to imbibe and live a life with those powers, yeah.
Ji. So it is like, how do we say, in the Bhagavad Gita, we have Krishna first gives what is the Vibhuti Darshana, isn't it? He gives a darshan of all the Vibhutis. Then comes the Vishwarupa Darshana. And after the Vishwarupa, we get what is the way of Bhakti Yoga. Normally, Bhakti will lead to Darshana, isn't it?
Hmm.
But in the Gita, this system is a little different. And can someone just tell me why? Why do you think? What do you think could be the rationale? Because we have now got the darshana of the Devis, whether it is the Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, at least from our intellect's point of view or from the point of view of the mind, some understanding, though we may not have got the full darshana as such. That will come to us when we are ready, when we aspire for it, and when the mother wills and gives that, when her grace is there. But right now we have got this. Before we go to the next step, can there's some correlation, something similar in the Gita? Why do you think, what would be the reason? What do you think Krishna would have thought when he wanted to? First, he shared Vibhuti. He knew what he was saying. Arjuna only did not know. He got scared looking at Vishwarupa. Initially, he was very excited when he understood, though so many Vibhutis, so much powers. But then comes Bhakti Yoga afterwards. What do you think could be the reason behind this sequence of the three?
I think giving Vishwa, uh, by showing his Swarupa,
Yeah.
uh, I think Arjuna realized how powerful the the forces are, and in comparison, how limited he is as a person. So
Yes.
there's
Yes.
something that he has to look up to. Some The power he has acknowledged is something greater than him and something more powerful. So I think that's when the bhakti can be generated in a being, when he acknowledges the vastness of
Yes,
the power that is in front of him, which is all
yes,
powerful, which is so potent, which is so dazzling, which is all beautiful and all powerful. And yes, I think that's what will
absolutely.
attract the devotee towards that power.
Yes, yes, so beautifully said, Nandini ji, that recognition of the greatness of the divine, the Mahima of the Devi or the Deva, when we recognizes that, when man recognizes that, then man recognizes he or she is incomplete without the divine, and then there is the thirst and there is the grace. Means when there is a thirst, there is the aspiration, and when there is aspiration, then only there is possibility of a reception of grace. So, this aspect of recognition, when we recognize, for instance, I recognize, like this among us, if we decide we recognize Maheshwari's vastness, which is vast beyond the skies. It is a world, a new horizon. I am seeing only one horizon. But if Maheshwari's grace comes, I will know, understand that there are 10, 20 more horizons behind the one that I see. There is a world, there is a sky, and there is something beyond the sky also. Sky is also not the limit. That would be the touch of Maheshwari. And yes, I want to experience that touch of Maheshwari also if I recognize that, number one. Second, I recognize that I am no more timid about, I am no more, though I am limited, though I am very much incomplete without the divine. But in my heart, if there is the same fire, that fire is the same fire that Mahakali holds in her hand. That is the fire which cannot be burnt. That is this word as in the Gita, Nainam Chindati Shastrani Nainam Dahati Pavaka. Cannot be cut by weapons also, nothing. That fire is inside. So with that purity of fire, I raise my consciousness and try to approach the loving and approachable Mahakali. I can feel her touch and I can feel her forces as she is blasting and breaking all obstacles that come on her path. That is the path of truth. And when I surrender, I feel her loving grace. I can sit next to her and not be afraid also. Feel the warmth, not burnt by the fire, feeling the tender warmth of Mahal Kali as well. And then Mahalakshmi's abundance, the beauty, the prosperity that comes from association with Mahalakshmi. That I recognize. And with that, Mahasaraswati's guidance, how much it is needed. I want it. I want it in my tongue. I want Mahasaraswati's words to come out of my tongue. I want them to fall in my ears. I want Mahasaraswati's perfect harmony to be visible even by my eyes. That perfection in little, little things, in movement from imperfection to perfection. Well, isn't that the biggest movement? From ignorance to knowledge. And that is again the same moment, which is it is the same moment from ignorance to knowledge. That is the moment from immortality, from mortality to immortality. It is oh so simple. It is the same thing. To realize that, then we have to first surrender and then become the upasak. If we want to, first we recognize first that she is approachable. So the base is ready. All four powers, they are not far away from us at all. They have different functionings. If we connect with one mother, she will not connect us with the other mother. Mahasaraswati, please, थोड़ा सा दर्शन दिला दो महाकाली का. Please, please take us to the supramental world also. Please, please also manifest your beauty on the way. There was a very beautiful story. I do not know if everybody knows about Tenali Raman. He was an upasak of Mahakali. And he gets some mantra and he gets it by some tantric way, he gets a siddhi. But Tenali Raman is a very mischievous child of the god, always up to some kind of mischief. So when he sees Mahakali's roop, he feels, if he gets a darshana, so he is blessed. But then he starts laughing. And according to the tale, it's of course just a tale for children. The mother asks him, why are you laughing? Normally, it looks insulting also. What is the meaning behind this laughter? And then he says, No, I was just thinking I have only one head. So when I get a nose infection, it becomes such a trouble. You have so many heads, I was wondering how you will manage. And then there was this laugh, even laugh from Mahakali also, and then she gives him a blessing and she says, okay, I will give you two patras. Choose one. One is about wealth and another is wisdom. It's like Mahasaraswati and Mahalakshmi. Both are offered. And what does this mischievous person do? He takes both. He says, what is one without the other? And then she again laughs and she says, she gives him a boon saying he will be a Vikata Kavi. Vikata Kavi is the word, it's a palindrome. You read it from back also, it is the same. And so there's intellect. But this, what it tried to establish is the fear aspect to the goddess is not to be cultivated. We as humans have imperfections. Our imperfections will make us do wrong things. And when we add fear to the wrong that we have done, there is no chance of course correction, only guilt and guilt traps, which will push us into the wrong routes. Instead, when we recognize, we become humble. We don't have to become in front of everybody, at least in front of the mother, we should be able to. Because that is one place we should at least have one sacred place in our life where we are honest. We're honest whether or not somebody else is there watching. We must be conscious that yes, and slowly that mother's presence becomes universal, and then every place becomes the mother's place. And the same good trait that we have collected, the connected with us inside, that sincerity suddenly manifests everywhere. So, this aspect of surrendering to the mother, once we recognize this, then we automatically become transformed as upasaks of the Divine Mother. Then comes the next part. How do we walk on the path? Krishna in the Gita has given us the way of Bhakti Yoga. What is the way? There are 20 shlokas. We can study the Adhyaya 12 of the Bhagavad Gita. It is so beautiful. Is Krishna keeps telling who is dear to me, who is dear to me. We could study the Bhagavad Gita verses also to understand what is it that makes one dear to the divine. What is the way to practice bhakti? Or another interesting thing would be to look at what is the powers or the qualities which associate us to the powers. If I'll just share an image, illustration of the symbol of the mother, it is surrounded. First, there is in the center, there is Aditi or the supreme divine consciousness. It's like a flower. The first one is a central circle, which is the divine consciousness of the mother. Outside, there are four petals. Each refers to one particular power. Maheshwari, Mahakali, Mahasaraswati, Mahalakshmi, all of them. And on the outer side, there are 12 more petals, and those are the qualities. And through the qualities, if we decide, if say I do not know, I think just before the session, Nandini was asking about Dasha Mahavidyas, which people in the part of in the tantric study, people look and study the Dasha Mahavidyas. They do a different type of upasana. Where here, if we want to do the upasana of Aditi only, the supreme consciousness of all the goddesses, we can look at the 12 different qualities because we have understood that the Devi manifests in qualities. Why do we have symbols? Because sometimes God is not visible directly. Let me connect to a symbol. It's there universally in different religions also. Through a symbol, we connect like that through the quality when we cultivate inside of us. That brings about a transformation. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Sansita. Do the upasana of Shakti and watch how close you become to Mahakali. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shanti Rupena Sansita. You might immediately go into a different quiet of quietude and you will immediately even experience what is this Shanti of Maheshwari also. You will reach that state. So through qualities, it is one thing. So one thing we would like to do at the end of this small workshop, we have finished now looking at the four powers. We can look at the 12 qualities, the 12 qualities which will allow us to, we can choose any one. It's like there are 12 roads taking us. And if we are really good, we can have all 12 roads at the same time. It is not that only one road we have to take. So these 12 qualities can be looked at. I had just one question from the participants only because you can decide How do we look at these 12 qualities? Can we look at 3 qualities a day? And we can finish it, complete it over a period of 4 days, maybe by next week. If that is okay, yes.
Yes.
All right, Ji. So I think then I'll just share the symbol first, and then we'll go to the first quality today. Just a moment. Yes, is it visible?
Yes.
Can somebody just describe the symbol that you see?
The petals of the lotus.
Yes?
So that's
Petals of the lotus flower.
Yes, they are like a view of the petals of the lotus flower if seen from the top, isn't it? Okay. Anything else? Do we see colors?
yes.
Anybody?
We see the colors associated with a particular quality.
Okay.
So,
So
like every color has a significance.
every color has a significance. Okay.
Yes.
It's
Like red,
sincerity.
like for
Yeah.
example, red, the color
Ah,
red is courage.
yes.
So courage is like also it's the color of the blood. So
Yeah.
if you have a good vitality, then you can you have courage. If you are
Yes.
meek, you cannot express. I mean, you cannot have that quality of courage. It's contradictory.
Okay.
Like somebody who
Yeah.
is
A
anemic,
small question
for
comes to mind. Yes.
yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry if I interrupted.
For
Please
example, if
continue.
somebody is anemic, there's no
Yeah.
vital energy in them. So
Okay, Ji.
there's no so the power of or the question of courage just doesn't arise in that person. So I think
Okay.
the
Okay.
color
That's
red
and
is
that's
something
yeah.
very
Okay. Yes. Um, so that is interesting correlation. But sometime I know of one person actually who's very anemic and is very brave also.
oh,
Maybe that
okay.
person probably is somehow connecting with this elsewhere also. But that is
That's a maybe
interesting.
an exception,
Yes, yes,
but
yes,
maybe not the norm.
absolutely. But now we just saw that qualities and the gods or goddesses we can understand, deva and qualities. But now color and quality, how does one bring about this understanding? The relation between color and quality. If you just look at, I'll just name the 12 qualities. If you see, again, there's a description of the symbol below it. The central circle represents the divine consciousness. The 4 petals represent the 4 powers of the mother. The 12 petals represent the 12 powers of the mother manifested for her work. So these are the qualities that have been manifest for the work of the mother. So let us see the qualities now, and then we'll try to look at the color. What is the correlation between the color and this quality?
I just had
So
one question.
yes,
Uh,
Ji.
if, these qualities, are they specifically connected to one Shakti or are they overlapping? Like, for example,
Now if you look at it from the symbol, now if you look at it, you can see that they are some 3 are connected to a particular that symbol,
yes, yes,
isn't it?
yes, yes,
But
yes.
but if this is a symbol is visualized in 3 dimension and these are all circles which are rotating,
Hmm.
then They are all there in all,
They
isn't
are
it?
maybe probably interconnected to the powers
Yes,
of the
yes,
mother.
yes,
So they
yes,
are not specific. Like I won't say that
yes.
sincerity is only for
Belonging
Mahasaraswati, for
to,
example, or
yeah,
courage
yeah.
is
But these are all
only
like
for
paths.
Mahakali. Like
And
courage, you would
all,
think it's Mahakali because
and
she's
y- yes, yes.
strength.
And
So
yes.
yeah,
And
yeah,
interestingly, you see, Mahakali and Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati depend on the means Mahalakshmi, Mahakali, and Maheshwari depend on Mahasaraswati.
yes.
Similarly, Mahasaraswati and the other, if you just see, all are connected, and when we go into the central divine consciousness, all are one. No?
Mm.
So let us just see now the qualities. There's one sincerity, second is peace, a third, this order is just the order that is written here. So sincerity, peace, equality, generosity, goodness, courage, progress, receptivity, aspiration, perseverance, gratitude, and humility. If we look at this, we see colors connected to each. And is there a gradual flow in the colors also, the change of the colors from one end to the other?
Yes.
Not
Like for example, when we
Yeah,
study art, there are
yeah,
three basic colors, right? There is red,
primary.
yellow, and
Yes,
blue. Now,
yes,
when we mix the colors, then we get these other shades. Like for example, if you
yeah,
mix blue and yellow, you will get a shade of green. So
yeah.
it's an intermingling of colors. Also, I think it's an intermingling of the qualities as well. So I don't know, one quality
Yes,
may lead to the other, or there is some connection between them.
yes, isn't it? That's a very
uh,
nice example that is shared. Like, just say, let us take peace, peace and aspiration. It will give us humility, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, something
If we
like that.
mix these colors.
Yes.
So that's an interesting way to look at. But again, I'll just stop sharing this. This will be shared in the group afterwards, so we can look at. Uh, Interesting question comes in, what is the correlation between color and quality? Because quality is something which is a little abstract. Color is something which is concrete.
so Shruti, we
Yes,
can
ma'am.
we can correlate gratitude and humility to be the colors which relate with the heart or the heart chakra.
Yes, I
Okay.
was about to
And
say that the chakra. Yes.
yellow
Okay.
aspiration, the perseverance, and both the yellow ones, they related to the
Hmm.
Manipura, and
Okay.
Yes.
courage and all that is the Mooladhar. So that's
Hmm.
Yes.
probably the link. I mean,
Okay. And Mooladhara Sitosi Nityam is said to be Ganesha. Ganesha is a devata whose
absolutely.
Mangal also. Mangal is again red color also. If you just see,
Yes.
there are so many such. We can sit and make a like even a what we can call a mind map, isn't it, of sorts,
Yes.
connecting different things. But again, in principle, we can say color is something which is concrete, and quality is something which is abstract. How do we connect the color with the quality? That is my question. Is it just like randomly somebody gives a color? Chalo, I have so many colors, I have decided, so I'm going to put. Was it how the mother selected these colors for each of the qualities? Or was there something conscious in that, some connection? From whoever has studied the works of the mother, they understand that everything is so consciously done. It is not some random assignment. It each one has a like, though the mother herself was not aware of certain Indian coastal traditions or other traditions, she would describe different flowers and give the significance to flowers. Chitraji has written a book on floral meditations with the mother. So, but in she was that was her first journey. But when she saw that, she was very surprised that how did she know that this particular flower, like you said, courage has a flower which is What is the flower? If Chitraji can share something about the flower for courage.
It is the Arka flower.
Okay, the Arka flower. It is Arka is offered to
Ganesha.
Ganesha again, isn't it? So we can see that these are all these assignments of these colors. They are not some random. Thank you for sharing, Chitraji. So this assignment is not random. It has been done consciously, based on some understanding. So before we go into that, can we try to just see how does color relate to quality in our own minds or our own lives? The relation between color and quality.
Like, for example, white.
Yeah.
White, immediately we associate it with purity.
Yes. Yes.
Like white is purity. Like, for example, gold, which is not mentioned, which is not one of the colors here, but
Yeah.
which we can consider as the supramental truth consciousness or the
Yes.
divine truth. Hiranmayena
Yes.
patrena satyasyapi hitamrutam.
Yes.
Tattvam pushanapavrinnu satya dharmaya drishtaye. So this is the gold is the supramental, the color of
Yes.
the
Hiranya
supermind.
Garbha, Hiranya Varna.
Hiranyagarbha Varna. And for
Yes.
example, like green is vitality, like all the green that we see around us, as in plants and trees, it's the life force. Green is the life force.
And
So
Surya is said to be the one who makes things
things.
ripe. And what is green becomes yellow when it is ripe in nature, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
It's again a kind of
yes,
a movement.
yes.
G. Yes, somebody would like to add something. Is it Mamtaji? Were you adding something?
Yes. Yeah, this yellow color, orange, they
Yeah.
represent energy,
Yeah.
courage, okay, enthusiasm, or something like that.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
similar. Okay. So that's what I wanted to add.
Bhagwa Ranga, they say no, that is a rang of varn
Yes,
of
yes,
sacrifice,
yes,
isn't it?
yes, yes,
It
yeah.
was that was the color which was chosen for most of the rishis also.
Mhm.
Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was having the dhwaja, which was again it was this same color, isn't it? Kesari,
Yeah,
which is
spiritual
found.
awakening.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
First time, yeah.
white
Yes,
color
please.
mostly is for the integral, wherever the integral aspect comes in the flowers.
Okay.
For example, purity, there it comes as integral purity. And
Yeah.
then the white protection, that's the bougainvillea, white bougainvillea. It was called as named as integral protection by the mother. So it was associated with the highest form of
Okay. G. So that's again purity. And in school, we had a disc experiment, colored disc, rotating colored disc experiment. I think everybody would have seen it. It's the same. It's
Mhm.
like all the colors of the rainbow. When they are rotated so quickly, it suddenly appears white because that is the oneness and merging of all the colors. So if you see in the symbol that we saw, the goddesses are all white only. It's like almost if you see, it's a merging of all of these, and uh, and the aspect of colors, we see colors and sometimes we experience certain things. Like blue brings a calmness. My physics professor had told the most pleasing wavelength to the eye is yellow. Yellow is that color, and that is why for sports day I chose a yellow T-shirt. Because that was one very nice. That was something he had just taught us about wavelengths, and he had described this is the wavelength for yellow. And but if you look at it, these are all like I think Rachna ji gave a very beautiful connection with the chakras also. But
Yes.
chakras cannot be seen. Chakras have to be understood in a moment of dhyana. Yes, Nandini ji. Yes, please. You were
Yes,
saying something?
chakras also have to be, it's an experience.
Yes, it's an
And
experience
every
which has to
time
be.
experience
Yeah.
cannot be put into words. So
Yes.
it
Yes.
is something because words fall short. There is no
Yes.
vocabulary, there is no word to actually express the
I I
experience in
had
its
a
fullest
very
form.
tasty mango. I can describe to you. I can eat a mango in front of you right now in the screen, but you will not get that taste, isn't it? That is how even Sant Tukaram had talked about taking the experience. He had said because some of the Shastris were ridiculing him because he didn't have the adhikar according to them. That time he said, Vedanta tu artha amasi thava, येरांनी वहावा भार माथा खादिल्यास गोडी देखल्यास नाही भार धनी वाही मजुरीचे. He was saying that meaning of the Veda only I can claim to know is what he challenged the Shastris. Why he says that? It was like the sweetness of taste that comes from experience cannot be seen. So he said, I have seen it, I have tasted it. I can tell you this is the meaning of the Vedas. And he said, let those porters carry their load on their head and give them their fare for labor of carrying those books on their head. That is how he described. Again, that was not arrogance, it was sometimes even these Adhyatmic individuals, when they have to work in the society, they have to use the force, like we call the force of Mahakali, where Swami Vivekananda was once challenged. He said, because I, Swami Vivekananda, say so. Who is saying it? Because I say so. It is the experience. So, this aspect of experiencing in our meditation, some of us sometimes when we go quiet, you can see certain colors. Different colors will be visible. Each color may be connected to a quality. So, if we at least now remember this, because one sometimes it's very useful. You don't know how to solve a particular theorem, but in the end, you know the principle of the theorem. That is enough, isn't it? So here we have got a kind of ready reckoner, 12 qualities and their functions. So when I see next time these colors, when I'm meditating, I can say this could be this. Okay, this is an okay. Then you should become again calm. Otherwise, you get worried in that. Then it creates another set of problems, isn't it? Oh no, I saw a red color. Do I need courage? Am I lacking courage, or is this courage that has come to me? This will be a play of the mind. So let us look at the qualities now, one by one, and let this understanding of colors and qualities is very useful. And everywhere it is connected. If you see in different shastras, you see Jyotish Shastra also. Each graha has got a color. Each graha has a color. The color that you wear also it makes a difference. Sometimes people wear different
Yeah,
gemstones of
the
different
days of
colors.
the days of the week also have different colors, no?
Yes,
Like
yes.
Thursday is yellow. I don't know the other days, but like I
Yes,
think Monday is
because
blue, and
again,
then
Thursday is
yeah,
Guruvar, isn't it?
Guru. Yes,
Guruvar is for Guru
yes.
Graha. Guru
Jupiter.
Graha is
Yes.
the gemstone is Pokhraj, which is again
Pokhraj.
yellow.
Yes. Yes.
Shani
Yes.
is Shanivar, that is
Shani
Saturday again.
is black.
The, yes,
Black,
black.
no? Huh.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
So each of these, Mangal is red.
Mangal is
Like we
red.
have
Yes.
the Monga is also red only. That
Yes.
is offered to we can
Mm.
just understand that there is a need why there is a reason why our world is so colorful also. These colors, we become conscious of the colors, become conscious also of the qualities. Sometimes just looking at blue color quietly, say I'm not able to meditate, I'm having too many thoughts. I have no control over my thinking. I have nothing of this. Then I can just see, chalo, theek hai, let me at least look at this color and let me just sit quietly, stare at this color for say 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Mm.
Watch, peace will enter. That
Yeah.
transformation takes place. Same thing with green. That is an aspect which we should understand, and probably we will now look at one by one these qualities. And I think today's session, we did an introduction only. So tomorrow onwards, we will go to that system of three colors. Three colors tomorrow. And so in over a period of next 4 days, we will complete the introduction to the 12 qualities. I'll read out some of the quotations of these qualities and we will try of what the mother has said. And we can try to see in ourselves, how do we cultivate these? And maybe if we are not, how do we ensure, because even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has talked about cultivating good qualities. We call Devi Swabhava and Asuri Swabhava. Asuri Swabhava takes us away from the divine, puts us into greater troubles, makes us trapped in moha, desire, and in there are not one or not two. There's said to be 100, 101 bonds in the Upanishad, 100 in the Gita. Asha, Pasha, Shatair Baddha. That is the moha jala. So we become free of that, then we get these divine qualities. And the divine qualities are many. An individual does not have to have all the divine qualities also. They can cultivate, isn't it? People can experience emancipation in their lives. They can grow. So let us see which of these qualities, if we have it, well and good. If we have one, it is well, it is brilliant. If we have two, it is luxury. And if we have all 12, then we are Kuberas only. So we can try, we can all try to establish and establish all 12 qualities inside of us. And when we do that, I don't think we will be anywhere away from the mother, and mother also will not be away from us. We will be living in what we call sanithya, in that companionship, and we can watch because the life is always evolving only. What the divine wishes, we will get some direction, more clarity, and that would make it more enjoyable as well. So with this, we are concluding our session today. We'll start with the quality. The first one is sincerity, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is sincerity. So that will be looking at sincerity and peace and also equality. These three will be the topic of our discussion tomorrow. So with this, we conclude our session today. Anybody can share some of the take homes if you wish to, some points that we can take with us. With that, we conclude. Yes, please. Anybody? Yes, please. Anyone?
So actually, with the powers of the mother and the different colors, we can actually see how best we can integrate the qualities with the knowledge of the colors, and how we can bring it uh, in a very lively way into our lives, how we can practice
Yes.
it in a very
Yes.
integral manner. So I think that would be
And
very
that is the
interesting.
joy, isn't it, Ji?
Yes.
The joy of, because the Chaitanya of being one with the divine, it doesn't, our life has to become more, if we say divine, a life divine, if we want to live a life divine, we will have to try to be as close to divine as we can. And then where is the bliss? Where is the bliss without being connected with the divine? And then there's no sorrow at all. Because ultimately that is the reason for sadhana. Krishna tells in the Gita, why is it? It is from for the suffer. The mind has to be freed from sufferings. There are people who go through pain and without suffering. How is it possible? It is by this. This is the grace. So, yes, Maji has rightly said that we will try to see how we can integrate it. And qualities will be the most simplest way of us to analyze. Maybe I may not be able to see the vastness of the four mothers. My heart may be able to feel their warmth. I may not be able to understand the functioning of even the closest, that is Mahasaraswati. In my life, it is all right, but I can make myself worthy, or what we can say, patra. If we become patra, we become also the adhikaris. That is a wonderful
Nimitta
thing. That
matra bhava Savyasachi
yes,
in the Bhagavad
yes,
Gita.
yes,
Nimitta
yes,
matra.
yes, as Nandini ji has rightly quoted, Krishna has, there was instruction given to Arjuna. But poor Arjuna was very afraid with the Vishwarupa. That instruction was, Krishna was saying, don't be afraid. But it was like our correspondent in school. He used to shout and say, don't be scared. It could not, we weren't hearing the voice only, it would be like that. So Krishna had to tell him how to become the Nimitta Matra in the subsequent adhyayas. But let us see, with this we can conclude. Unless anybody wishes to add something else, we can conclude our session today. All right, Ji. Let us conclude with the Shanti Mantra. Om. Mamba Lalita Devi Jagadambe Janani Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. Mamba Lalita Devi Twamananda Sagari Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. Sarvamangalamangalye Shive Sarvarthasadhike Sharanye Trambake Devi Narayani Namostute Narayani Namostute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Punarmilama. We meet tomorrow. Namaste. Thank you.
नमस्ते धन्यवादः
Thank you. Thank you, Ji.
हरि
Thank
ओम्
you.
जी
Thank you.
Thank you, Ji. Namaskar.